non-spoiler review. We're going to do that now. This is the non-spoiler review of Dear Evan Hansen. Jose, you just saw this, man. I don't want to know any plot points, but go ahead and take it away. How was the movie?
All right. Well, a couple things before I get into the movie. One, this movie had people for it was a packed theater.
Yeah.
One, two, it had so many people in the theater, including me, crying like in tears
Wow.
because of the message that this whole movie had. And not only that, but it got two standing ovations
Awesome.
at the end.
Good to know.
So yeah, no, it was honestly it was an amazing experience. I'm glad that I got to go watch this movie. And I can't wait for you guys to go watch it too, because I know it's going to be an amazing experience for you guys.
Will you tell me privately in the chat and Dom just don't look,
Okay.
or text me, like DM me on Instagram or something? I just want to know what the two moments were, because I feel like I'll know. Just let me know.
All right, I will.
I privately want to know what those scenes were.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll definitely let you know.
Cool.
I feel like I have guesses. And I feel like
they might be right, they might
I
not.
think one is definitely right, but I don't know about the other one.
Yeah. I'll kind of get into this. I mean, the things that I want to know, and then I'll let Sammy ask some questions for you. But do you think was it well shot? Was it a well shot film?
There was moments, yes, that were well shot.
Yeah.
I for one, I didn't even know this movie was a musical. So when I literally first started hearing him singing, I was like, whoa, this dude like can actually sing. He's really good. So that kind of threw me, off guard, but I enjoyed it being a musical. I really haven't enjoyed that many musical movies in my time, but this one was a different experience and I enjoyed it a lot.
Cool.
Sure.
So Ben Platt is good in the movie as Evan Hansen?
Yes.
Correct?
Oh, okay. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. He was really good.
Yeah.
And a lot of other actors and actresses that I've seen in other movies before that are really good. Like I think Amy Adams, is that her name?
Yeah, she's in there.
Her and
Connor's mom, right?
Yeah, and then Connor's sister as well. I've seen her in other stuff.
Caitlin Deaver.
Yeah,
right?
That's right. It's Caitlin Deaver.
Yes.
They were fun because
they were both really good in the movie, by the way.
Because I love Beanie Feldstein out of the three of them the most, and I follow her on Instagram. And like Caitlin Deaver and Ben Platt are like Beanie Feldstein's two biggest best friends in the world. So she was like, this movie was me just crying the whole time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if nothing else, I mean, that's cool because I love her and I love that she had to see two best friends in a movie together. That's cool.
Yeah.
But I find silver linings.
Yeah, no, I mean, man, that's all good to hear. I mean, that the performances were good. It was shot well, at least at times. For the most part, it sounds like it was a well shot movie. Sammy, go ahead.
They were able to portray their emotions very well throughout this movie. You can actually like feel it yourself too. I think that's why I had people crying a lot of the times, is because the raw emotion that you could feel as well, like almost like you were experiencing it yourself in the movie.
Right.
It was amazing. It was a different experience, and I enjoyed it so much.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. I mean, I'm happy to hear it. It makes me more excited for it for sure. Sammy, I know that you probably have more questions than I do, knowing the source material.
Yeah. So I was trying to think of my non-spoiler question. So how was Julianne Moore she was Evan's mom?
Oh,
how was she? Does she sing in this one? Because I think they cut like all of her songs.
Once
they cut in the musical. Oh my God, what's her name? Rachel Bay Jones, I believe, is the actress's name. But she won a Tony as well. Like that, the role of his mother is also a Tony Award.
I'll just say it.
But they cut all of her songs.
All I'll say is that Evan Hansen's mom's barely in this movie.
Oh, that's so disappointing actually for me to hear, because she is such a huge part of the musical. Like that's a little disappointing. I'm not gonna lie.
Connor's family is the one that's highlighted throughout this whole movie.
Of course, because you want to make Evan's actions not look like he's a shitty person.
That's all I'm gonna say is that Connor family is one that was highlighted mostly through this movie.
I totally know what you mean by that. Yeah, that checks out for me. Let me see. So how the musical numbers were they? How were they? Because I'm always interested in how musical movies either, because you have the choice to make it kind of like a fantasy sequence or to make it like grounded in the scene. So were they more like fantasy sequence, or were they more like this is the moment and we have to be singing in the scene versus like
that definitely wasn't fantasy. It kind of almost felt High School Musical type musical, where there's moments where, you know, well, at least with Evan
like
Hansen,
in scene.
yeah, exactly.
Singing.
It was he sang a lot in this movie. I'm not gonna lie. He had most of
His
the
father
songs.
produced it.
Yeah,
Not
but
gonna lie.
he definitely sang. I could tell through the movie that, you know, he's very shy. He doesn't really like talking that much, but he told his stories through music in this movie a lot.
Yeah.
So it was definitely, you know, and everyone else that sang in the movie too impressed me, because I didn't know that they could sing, but they, you know, they pulled through and did an amazing job in this movie. So
yeah.
But I was gonna ask too. I mean, so you enjoyed the music in the movie too. I almost called you Cisco.
I listened to the whole soundtrack on the way back.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. So the music's catchy. It's good. I mean,
oh yeah,
it's written. Sammy was telling me it's written by the guys that did La La Land and Greatest Showman.
Nice.
So that bodes well.
I did see
the
that.
movie one or Broadway one. The movie one.
You said the Broadway one was right, or the movie one. I don't know. I don't know where she went. Yeah, I think she froze. You know, so for me, like the things that like I like to get out of musicals are definitely like I do want the music to be top notch, the music to be great. You know, so that's good that you're saying that it's great, as great as.
And there's definitely a couple songs in that movie that you know, on my way back home from that movie, I literally looked up the soundtrack on my phone and just started listening to the songs that were in the movie. So there's some catchy ones in there, yeah, for sure.
Any noticeable problems with the movie that you could point out? I mean, were there any pacing issues, anything like that you know, or should be noted? Anything that like, you know, maybe stuck out, like, oh, maybe that shouldn't have been in the movie?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, not to my knowledge that I can remember. Everything was paced pretty nicely. Not many scenes that, I mean, there might have been one scene that I can't really remember off the top of my head, but maybe just one little like teensy thing. But for the most part, the movie was put together very well. I enjoyed the whole thing. It was like one, you know, nice continuous flow of a story.
Right.
Throughout the whole thing.
That's good to know. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I mean, yeah. So no flaws that stood out then. That you could think of for you?
Not that I could think of, nah. And I don't think anyone there could really point any out either, because like I said, the movie got 2 standing ovations and everyone was crying. So
yeah, it's good, especially when you're surrounded by people of the press mostly. You know, that's
I was about to say, I did see a bunch of seats for like special guests and stuff like that, and even like I overheard them talking, and I kind of had some chats with them too, and they enjoyed the whole thing. You know, they had their little notepads with their notes and stuff, and everything was positive. So
that's good.
I just think I'm gonna think the musical was better. You know, I mean, I think I'm gonna be like, God, this could have been better.
That you know, that's
which is a me problem. But yeah,
I feel like that. I feel like that's with all musicals that turn into movies. I feel like the musicals are always better. Because I mean, I never saw the musical Cats, but I watched the movie. And
well, yeah,
God,
no, Cats is Cats. Cats should not be considered in the same mouth as like regular musical theater. Like Cats is Cats. Cats is something else.
The one part
different. It's adjacent to. But it's you know, like
it's like the only song I liked from that movie was the Mr. Mistopheles one. That was the only song that I liked from that movie.
Magical Mr. Mistopheles.
That was like the
there's also I also just realized in the musical there's an opening number called Anybody Have a Map? That's really good and really catchy. You should listen to it. But I know they cut it from the movie.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I did listen when I looked at the soundtrack. I this one there, so
it's the first one.
I did listen to it, and it was pretty good.
Yeah,
it was good.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, how, I mean, without spoiling too much, does it, you said, because it did kind of throw you off when the singing starts, so I'm gonna assume that it's like it starts off regular movie and then kind of all of a sudden we start singing. There's not like a musical opening number.
I mean, it's like maybe 5 minutes or so after he's kind of just there, he starts singing. So that's kind of why
I could
it just threw me off, just because I didn't know that it was a musical.
Right.
like type of movie, and so that's why it threw me off, because literally as soon as he started singing, I was like, wait, so this is a musical?
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of like, it kind of got me in a little more, the
Yeah.
fact that it was a musical.
Uh-huh.
Because I'd seen the trailer and interests me, but I might have forgotten that it was a musical. I don't
Yeah.
know, but I know
Uh-huh.
it was nice. It was nice that it was a musical, and the whole story. There are, the moments where he's bad, but then the moments where he like flips flips it around and stuff. So it's a good storyline, and I think y'all are gonna enjoy it a lot. So
I think I know how to ask this without spoiling. So I'm pretty sure. Like, tell me yes or no. I feel like this is only people who know the musical are gonna know this is a spoiler. So I feel like the standing ovation was during "You Will Be Found," and then again during Words Fail. Those are my guesses. Those feel like the moments people stood up. That feels right.
yes.
Is that right? Yeah. You Will Be Found, probably for sure. And then Words Fail too, feels right.
Whenever he started singing that song, I remembered that that's what the shirt says.
On the shirt. Yeah.
Oh, so that's what the shirt's about. Okay.
Yeah. That's the act 1 finale in the musical. That's the big
Yeah. But he's froze again. Yeah, but yeah, it sucks. But anyway, I mean, where would you grade this, Jose, on our grading scale, which is we grade on a must go, might go, no go, or forget about it. Where would you put this one?
Definitely would have to say a must go. Like,
okay,
it was honestly probably the best musical movie that I've seen in my life.
All right,
honestly, like it literally had me in tears.
Have you seen West Side Story?
No.
Okay, there you go. Boom, bada bing.